Good morning, respected dignitaries of the day, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, we have the 52nd episode of LAP, Language Acquisition Program, which we celebrate as annual LAP, as we cover 1 year of LAP series of workshops. Today is the day that we amalgamate all those refined talents to showcase the epitome of LAP. The English Graduates Association, an English lovers fraternity instrumental in creating HSA English Cater in high schools of the state, has been an active presence in the Academy of Kerala for the past 2 decades by taking up many activities for the empowerment of teachers and learners across the state. Even amidst this pandemic, it keeps mobilizing activities upholding the slogan Stay safe, study safe. English Graduates Association has chalked out programs and activities with a view of exposing learners and teachers to mutually enriching language ambience. Firstly, we have the prayer. Prayer influences the state of mind, which has an effect on our state of body. Praying helps us to keep away from making wrong choices. This will give you the strength to know what is right and what is wrong. Next, we have Lilia Shahad of GVHS's Paioli to embark the session by chanting the orison.
I bear witness, oh my God, that thou hast created me to know thee and to worship thee. I testify at this moment to my powerlessness and to thee mine, to my poverty and to thee wealth. There is none other God but thee, the help in peril, the self subsisting. Thank you.
A welcome speech is the concomitant that entices the spectators to heed the plenary. Now, we have Deepak Arun of GHS's Devanur to gratify the speech.
Thank you, Gary. Our nation's constitution is one that offers free and compulsory education for all children in India. Sri Jivan Babu IAS, respected president of the program, Narayan So, respected teachers, and my dear friends. The COVID-19 pandemic has significantly affected all the education systems across the globe. Schools and colleges shut their doors. This significantly affected the continuation of studies for thousands and thousands of students. The sudden stop in higher education even started to look like a danger to our nation's future. That's when we started thinking about online classes. And that's when the English Guys Association came forth with the language acquisition program and the slogan, Stay safe, study safe. Now, after Lab 51, we have successfully made it in India since Lab's introduction. Now, in this prestigious moment, I remember and thank all those who handled the previous sessions. The role played by the English Guys Association in helping us improve the quality and quantity of skills we have in English is substantial. Now, my role today is to welcome all those who are gathered here today to today's lab session. So let's get to it. First, I would like to welcome respected Director General of Education, Sri Jivan Babu IAS, belonging to the 2011 IAS batch, and he has worked as a collector of both Idukki and Kasaragod districts. He was the first Idukki native to get to be the collector of Idukki district. And I must mention how extremely well he has worked as the Election Deputy Commissioner, as the Excise Assistant Commissioner, Survey Director, and as the Cashier Corporation MD. Having him to just agree to inaugurate today's lab session is a really big thing in itself. I welcome Sri Jivan Babu IAS today's session. Welcome, sir. Next, I would like to welcome Narayan Sir, who is an environmentalist, a great poet, and the great man who holds this program high and above all others, as he puts so much effort into keeping it alive and well. I welcome Narayanan sir to today's session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Now, allow me to welcome the resource persons of this session, Garginanda of Jesus Devanur and Amana Firdos of GMGHS Mangalam. Both of them are regular participants of lab sessions, and I believe that they are indeed one of the most brilliant students of their schools. Now, I welcome both Garginanda and Amana Firdos today's session. I wish you both all the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Deepak.
Now, I would like to welcome the anchor of today's session, Gauri Menon of Zamorin Sciences Story Code, and Lilia Sahodaji Spaioli, who recited the prayer beautifully and gave us the blessing of the Lord to start our session. I welcome the both of you to today's lab session.
Thank you, Deep.
Thank you.
Next, I welcome Dia Parveen of SHM GVH Sedavona, who will be delivering the word of thanks. Welcome, Dia.
Thank you, Deepak.
And I would also like to welcome all those who have worked behind this gigantic program, like Johnson Sir and Balancer, to today's lab session. Welcome. Now, last but not least, I would like to welcome all teachers, parents, and all my dear friends who are gathered here today to take part in this fabulous program. As it is you, the participants that form the backbone of an educational program, I officially welcome all of you to Lab 52 Annual Lab. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak, for your sublime welcome. Narayanan sir, who has always been our mainstay, is here to deliver the presidential address. I wholeheartedly welcome sir to give the presidential address.
Thank you, Gauri. Good morning, everybody, respected ones and tears. Today is a very happy day for us. We have been in this platform for the last 1 year. Today we have covered the 52nd episode of a language acquisition program by English Graduates Association. It was on April 24th last year that we have started the first lab inaugurated by Kozhikode Corporation Mayor and great English teacher, Dr. Bina Philip. I called her this morning and expressed my pleasure that we have covered 1 year, and she was also very happy. Our DGE is in a very busy schedule today. He's traveling, so I don't want to talk much. First of all, let me congratulate the anchor Gauri Menon, the welcome speaker Deepak Arun, the person who has rendered the prayer Lilia Sahad, and the person who is going to deliver the word of thanks Dia Parveen. Nothing more I have to say. All the best for the program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have the most citable event of the day. Yes, the inauguration of the 52nd lab session. We are very privileged to have Sri Jeevan Babu IAS as a chief guest of the day. Sri Jeevan Babu IAS is the Director General Education of Kerala. India has around 5,000 IAS officers, and he's one among them. These 5,000 IAS officers sounds a very small number to administer a large and populous country like India, but people like him make our country reach its aim. To become an IAS officer is indeed a prestigious achievement since it needs a lot of hard work and perseverance. Sir, I fervently welcome you to do the inauguration on behalf of the entire student teacher fraternity.
Yeah. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Oh, fine. Great. So, respected Sri Narayanan sir, my dear friends Gauri, Lilia, Deepak, Amana, Gargi, and Dia, all the other students and teachers who are part of this wonderful program. So, it's indeed a proud moment for me to be part of this program, which enters into the first year, or rather, we are part of the first year celebration of this lab. Whenever we say lab, we usually consider as part of the sports program or something, where each person will be running one lab. Here it's a learning advancement program, which is expected to increase and improve the English proficiency of our students. So first of all, I'm wholeheartedly congratulating each and everyone who are the heart and soul of this wonderful program, especially the English Graduate Association, being led by Sri Narayan and other dear friends, for working hard or toiling hard to increase the quality of English education in Kerala. So whenever we talk of education, especially in Kerala, we know that the basic idioms of English, basic idioms of education, whenever we consider India as a country or the education in India, the basic axioms or idioms for education are one is access and the other is retention. Access means that all the children in that particular age group should be able to come to school and should be part of the education system. So there should be a system where all the children can access education. So school should be nearby. There should be some way in which the child can come to school. So all these things comes as part of access. The second main target in education will be retention. So irrespective of their economic background, irrespective of their caste background, irrespective of their social background, all the children who are coming to school should be able to continue their education school. They should be retained. That means that there should not be children who will be dropping out of the school. When we consider this thing, we usually say a ratio called as dropout ratio, where the total number of children who are not able to complete their complete education, even though they have enrolled in the school. So the access and the retention are the basic postulates or the basic ideas in which school education in India is present. But what happens and retention? After that point of time, when all the students have come to the school and they are able to have their basic education, the most important postulate or most important concept about the education will be quality. So when the basic, the first generation issues are solved, then the second generation will be basically be coming to the two basic principles. One will be quality and the second will be inclusion. That means that although the students have come to the school, they may not be participating in each and every activity. They may not be part of the entire structure of the school. So all the children should be made part of the system and we have to improve the quality of education. So being a middle class society, rather largely across Kerala, whenever we think of Kerala education, we know that the parents play a major role in education. So this middle class parental group, or rather the middle class group, always has a preconceived notion about education. One of the most important factors that drive that notion in Kerala is English education. So whenever we speak about education, we always, or the general perception will be is that the child should be able to communicate in English also. Even though our mother tongue is Malayalam, most of the people may not be concerned that much about Malayalam, but they are concerned more about English. So there's a stigma always connected with English education. People will always be saying that even after the person or the child has passed 10th standard, 12th standard with a lot of A plus or other things, the child is not able to communicate properly in English language. That always creates a negative impression, or that always creates a dilemma in the mind of parents when they send our kids to schools. Especially this is more concerned when there is a practical or a visible difference between the private schools and the public schools. So as you guys all know, after the Podu Vidyabhyasa Samrakshana Yajna, or the education mission has been launched by the government of Kerala, there's a substantial increase in the quality of education that is happening in the government sector, especially with respect to the schools in the government and the aided sector. The government is trying a lot to improve the quality of education. So one of the most important aspects of the improvement in quality is the ability to communicate. So whenever we talk of a language, be it English, be it Malayalam, be it Sanskrit or Latin, the basic purpose of a language is communication. So if I am able to communicate a thing to another person in a language, sometimes it can be a sign language, it can be a different language which may not be available as of now. But if we are able to communicate it in that language, that makes sense. So the purpose of any language will be basically to communicate the ideas which comes into your mind and ensure that it reaches the recipient. In the case of English language, the importance of a language like English, one thing is that it's an international language or a global language. It's a language which is used as a communication medium almost across a large number of countries. It is one of the official languages of the UN, and it's a language in which, in the present world, most of the things happen, even in the industry, business, information technology, in almost all the sectors, it's a basic language. So a person who gets a grab of English, who gets an upper hand of English, will be one person who will be required among the community. So one basic thing which happens is that it is not that everyone who knows how to speak English is a highly educated person, may not be. And as I have already said that being the language of communication, we have to first understand that it's a foreign language, obviously. But at the same time, it's a language in which we people has a capability to understand things, to improve our quality, and to enhance the capabilities associated with the language. So in this context, the lab being organized by the English Graduate Association is one of the noble initiatives being taken by our teachers. So English is a beautiful language. We all know the literature being produced by the English language is revered across the world, from Shakespeare to any person, any poet or anyone. The literature being produced by the language is available across the globe. So people across the globe knows a lot about the English language, and they revere the language. And it's a small language, because our language has 51 letters. English has only 26. But with this 26, it is being able to be communicated across the world. Also, since it's a language of the United Kingdom or the Britain, it spread across the colonies, and it has got a stature in which it is usually treated as the most common language which is used for communication across the world. But once we consider that, once we think of learning a language, learning a particular language, there will be a large number of interesting factors associated with the language. For example, many of the languages will be having a large amount of literature, as I said earlier. The poetry and the prose associated with the language will be too heavy, and people will be wondered or mesmerized by the quality of the poems and the prose being used in the language. There will be a large amount of syntax and grammar which is being used in the language. The quality of the pronunciation, the quality of the sentences you can make with a particular language. So when we start learning a language, when we start loving a language, the quality associated with using the language will obviously increase. It is the same for English or Malayalam or any language. So once you start learning Malayalam, once you start going well deep into the language, the quality of the words which can be used to express a particular situation will multiply, because different kinds of words with different meanings can be utilized to express a particular situation. The same happens with English also, because we also had the same letters, we also had the same words, but some of the persons will be creating literature or words or sentences that we will be wondered to hear, we will be mesmerized to hear. So that is a quality of language. It is not that some person has got extra letters. No, everyone will be using only the 26 letters. The words which will be made with the letters will be available all across the globe. But still, with those words and with those letters, people are able to create wonderful poems. People are able to create wonderful scripts. People are able to create wonderful movies. People are able to create wonderful dialogues. People are able to create wonderful prose. So that is the power of language. So once we start going deep into the language, the aura associated with the language, the fluency of the language, the other trivia associated with the language, all will start increasing within us. So for that, the most important part is that we should start learning and loving the language. Once you start learning and loving the language, if you think that the language is a burden, oh, I should also study English, it's too difficult for me. So if you start thinking that it's a burden, nothing is going to happen. Even with your mother tongue, nothing is going to happen. You will be constrained with a particular amount of vocabulary. You are not going to improve the vocabulary. So that will end the love for the language. But if you start learning the language, you all would have heard of a name called as Herman Gundat. So Herman Gundat, so he came to Kerala. He was from Germany. He came to Kerala. He settled in Kerala. He started studying Malayalam language, and he started creating books, dictionaries, syntax books, all this in Kerala. So if a foreigner can come to Kerala and do the same thing, we will be more powerful, we will be more enshrined to do the same thing with other languages also. So we know a large number of Keralites moving outside to Gulf countries, to Canada, to Ireland, all these countries. So once we are proficient with the particular language, it will be very helpful for each one of us to go to other countries and to establish our own identity there. So this is a wonderful initiative by the English Graduates Association to enhance the quality of English learning and to enhance the quality of English among our students. So once again, thanking each one of you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I'm slightly on busy because I'm just traveling this particular day. I have to be at a particular place for a meeting today. So I'm just moving out. So thanking Narayan sir and others for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And I'm so happy that our kids are able to convey their emotions, convey their feelings, convey their language skills in a language which is treated as the international language. And I'm very, proud and delighted to hear their words. The group of students who are running the program, they are excellent. So I'm very happy to be part of this wonderful program. So giving all the blessings for this program. Let the labs continue. Let more labs be added. And our kids earn a lot out of this wonderful program. So thanking each one of the English Graduates Association for this wonderful initiative and thanking each one of you for giving me this opportunity. So once again, with the consent of each one of you, I'm officially inaugurating the first year celebration and the 52nd lab. Let it be a wonderful initiative and much more labs may still continue. So thanking you each one once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inaugurating our session. The poised deportment of you itself have made this session seraphic. Thank you, sir, for inaugurating our session. The most anticipated event of the day. Next, we have our two resource persons jotting the show. The twinkling stars of the day, Garginanda and Amana Firdos. I'm sure they are on the board to bet your bottom dollars. Next, we have Amana Firdaus with an annotative session on English grammar. With the conclave naming, sentence and classification, we are about to have another informative class. I welcome Amana.
Thank you, Gauri, for the warm welcome. First of all, my hearty thanks to English Graduates Association and Lab for giving me such a golden opportunity to handle this session. I'm Amana Firdos from GMGHSS Chadayamangalam, and today we are going to discuss about sentence and its classification. Through this session, we are going to familiar with what is a sentence, subject and predicate, types of sentences, and many more details about sentence. So shall we start our class?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, I will share the screen. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Yes, it's possible.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see the
First
screen.
of all, what is a sentence? Sentence is a group of words which has a complete sense. In simple terms, a sentence is a set of words that contain a subject and predicate. So in a sentence, there will be a subject and a predicate. Now, what is subject and what is predicate? The part of the sentence which names the person or thing we speak about is called the subject of the sentence. And the part of the sentence which tells us something about the subject is called predicate of the sentence. So here you can see some examples. The dog barks at the cat. Mr. Smith is my teacher. Joe and Bob played at recess. Our family went on vacation. In the first one, the dog barks at the cat. Here we know that the subject is the dog and the predicate is barks at the cat. Now the second one, Mr. Smith is my teacher. Which is the subject here?
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith.
Yeah, Mr. Smith is the subject. And what about the predicate?
Is my teacher.
Is my teacher.
Is my teacher.
Yeah, is my teacher is the predicate. Now the third one, Joe and Bob played at recess. Here, Joe and Bob are the subject and played at recess is the predicate. Now the last one, our family went on vacation. Here, our family is the subject and went on vacation is the predicate. Through these examples, we can identify a complete English sentence must have three characteristics. First one, a sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop or a question mark or an exclamation mark. That we can see in all of the examples above, all starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. The second one is, it must express a complete thought, not fragmented. The third one is, it must contain at least one subject and one verb. We already discussed about the subject of the sentences above. So these are the three characteristics that needed for a complete English sentence. Okay, I hope all of you understand what is a sentence, what is subject and predicate. Now we are moving to our next topic, sentence structures. On the basis of structure, sentences are of four types. They are simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. First, we are going to talk about simple sentences. What is a simple sentence? A simple sentence is just a sentence that contains a subject and verb. Here we can see three examples. I am a teacher. She took a cab to the airport. We are having pizza for dinner tonight. In the first example, I am a teacher. The subject is I and the verb is am. Second one, she took a cab to the airport. Can you identify the subject and the verb here?
She.
Yeah, she is the subject. And what about the verb?
Took a cab to the airport.
Yes, took is the verb. She is the subject and took is the verb. One more example. We are having pizza for dinner tonight. In this, the subject is we. Can anyone say which is the verb here?
Are having.
I'm having.
Yes, here the verb is actually the phrase are having. It has two words. First, the auxiliary or the helping verb are, and then the main verb having. But still, are having is a phrase that acts as a single verb. So in all of these sentences, you see that they have a subject and a verb. So these are simple sentences. And there is another name for simple sentence, that is independent clause. Okay, so that's all about simple sentences. Now we are going to discuss about compound sentences. What is a compound sentence? A compound sentence is just a sentence that has two independent clauses. We saw that a simple sentence has just one clause, but a compound sentence has two or more independent clauses. Here is an example. I am a teacher. My wife is a lawyer. Here we see two independent clauses or two simple sentences. We can combine them like this. I am a teacher and my wife is a lawyer. Now we have one compound sentence with the two independent clauses connected by the conjunction and. Next one. She tried to lift the suitcase. The suitcase was too heavy. We can combine these clauses using which word? She tried to lift the suitcase. The suitcase was too heavy.
But.
Yes, we can combine these clauses using but. She tried to lift the suitcase, but it was too heavy. Notice that we have the word it in the second part. Now, it is a pronoun that just refers to the suitcase. It makes the sentence sound better by avoiding repetition. Now the third one, he didn't have enough cash. He paid by credit card. How we can connect these?
Using it so.
Yes, very good. Using so, we can connect these. He didn't have enough cash, so he paid by credit card. Last example, we can take a bus to the museum. We can't just walk there. What we see here is two options, two different ways to get to the museum. We can connect these using or. We can take a bus to the museum or we can just walk there. Now, the connecting words that you see in these examples are and, but, so, or, etc. These words are called coordinating conjunctions. That's a fancy word, but it just means that these are connecting words that connect two independent clauses. And there is another important point here. You see that in all of the examples, when we connect the two independent clauses, we put a comma after the first clause. Now, this is the proper form. You write the first independent clause, then put a comma after it, then a conjunction, and then you write the second clause. We can take this sentence as an example. We can take a bus to the museum or we can just walk there. First, I write the first independent clause. Here, the first independent clause is we can take a bus to the museum. Then I put a comma after it. Then a conjunction. Which is the conjunction here?
Oh.
Yeah, or is the conjunction. Okay. Then I add the second clause. Here the second clause is we can just walk there. So this is the proper form. Remember this rule. Okay. Alright, let's now move on and talk about complex sentence. A complex sentence has a dependent clause and an independent clause. Here is an example. When I got home from work yesterday, I watched TV for an hour. In this sentence, here is a clause first. When I got home from work yesterday. It has a subject I and a verb got. But this clause is not a complete sentence, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this is not an independent clause. This type of clause is called a dependent clause. To make it a complete sentence, you have to add an independent clause. When I got home from work yesterday, I watched TV for an hour. So you see that there is a dependent clause and an independent clause. And now it's a complete sentence. This type of sentence is called a complex sentence. Next example. I love to travel because I get to meet a lot of interesting people. In the first example, we saw that the dependent clause came first. And in second example, the dependent clause is second. In complex sentences, you can put the clauses in any order. That's no problem. Now the third one. Even though the exam was quite difficult, all the students passed. Here the first clause, it is a dependent clause. And the second one, all the students passed. It is an independent clause. Now the fourth one, let me know if you need any help. Here, let me know is an independent clause and if you need any help is a dependent clause. Now the last one, you can't go out and play until you have finished your homework. Here, you can't go out and play is an independent clause and until you have finished your homework is a dependent clause. So in all of these examples, you see that the dependent clauses start with the linking words like when, because, even though, if, and until. These words are conjunctions, but they are called subordinating conjunctions. If you remember from the previous section, we connected the independent clauses using coordinating conjunctions. So these types of sentences are known as complex sentences. I hope all of you understand it. Do you have any doubts?
No.
No.
Okay, now let's talk about compound complex sentences. A compound complex sentence has more than one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. Here is an example. I was crazy about heavy metal when I was younger, but I am more into jazz now. Here, heavy metal and jazz are types of music. We see here that the first clause is I was crazy about heavy metal. It is an independent clause. When I was younger, that is a dependent clause that you can see that sentence is not completed yet. So it is a dependent clause, which is the coordinating conjunction here.
But.
Yes, but is the coordinating conjunction. I am more into jazz now. It is another independent clause. So this is a compound complex sentence. Now the second example, if it rains tomorrow, Bring your umbrella, or you might catch a cold. Can you identify the different clauses here? Which is the dependent clause here? Nobody there? If it rains tomorrow, is it a dependent or an independent clause?
Dependent.
Dependent.
Yes.
Dependent.
Yeah, it is a dependent clause. Now the next one, bring your umbrella. Dependent or an independent clause?
Independent.
Independent.
Dependent.
No, it's not a dependent one. Yeah, it is an independent clause. As you can see, it is a complete sentence. Bring your umbrella. So it is an independent clause. Which is the coordinating conjunction?
Or. Or.
Yeah. Okay. Or is the coordinating conjunction. You might catch a cold. Dependent or independent?
Dependent.
Dependent.
No, it's not a
Dependent.
dependent. You might catch a cold.
Independent.
Yeah, it is an independent clause. So you see that compound complex sentences are nothing special. They are just a combination of a compound sentence and a complex sentence. So these are sentence structures. There are 4 types of sentence structures. They are simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. I hope all of you understand it. Now we are moving to our next topic, sentence types. Based on the function, there are 4 sentence types in the English language. They are declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. First, we are going to talk about declarative sentences. A declarative sentence is simply statements that relay information. We use them to convey facts and ideas. In other words, they are used to declare something. These are by far the most used kind of sentence in writing and speaking. So in a declarative sentence, there makes a statement about subject and it always ends with a period or a full stop. Here is an example. Nipper buys a pen. In this sentence, it makes a statement about the subject Nipper and ends with a full stop. Here are some more examples. Can anyone read this?
The sky is blue.
Hmm.
I am a third grade student. We
Yeah.
will go to the movies tomorrow. He is a great reader. We have a program in the morning.
Okay, very good. So in all of these examples, we can see that the sentences are relaying some kind of information and ends with a period. Simply, these are statements. So these type of sentences are called declarative sentences. Now, declarative sentences can be 2 types, positive sentence and negative sentence. First, we are going to talk about positive sentence. When the declarative sentence have a positive meaning, they are called positive sentences. A positive sentence has no negative words. Positive sentences are also known as affirmative sentence. Here are 2 examples. The dog is barking. She is my best friend. Now, coming to negative sentences, a sentence that says that something is not so is called a negative sentence. In the previous, we said that a positive sentence says us that something is so. Negative sentences have a negative meaning and have negative words. So here are 2 examples. The dog is not barking. She is not my best friend. The difference between positive and negative sentences are positive sentences says that something is so and negative sentences says that something is not so. So in negative sentences, there will be negative words. Can you identify the negative word in these 2 sentences?
Not.
Not.
Yes. Not is the negative word used in these sentences. Can you say some more negative words that you know?
Hardly.
Yes, hardly. Then others?
Barely.
Yeah.
Neither,
Never.
Yes, neither, never.
nor,
Yes, nor.
Barely.
Yes, barely. Okay, so these are the negative words that are familiar with you. Now I will show you some negative words that we use commonly. Barely, hardly, neither, never, no, nobody, none, not, nothing, nowhere, rarely, scarcely. So these are some negative words that we use commonly. So these are declarative sentences. They are simply statements that relay information, and there are two kinds of declarative sentences, that are positive sentence and negative sentence. Okay, now let's move on the next sentence type. That is, sorry, here is an activity. I forgot about it. Here are 5 sentences, and you want to say whether the sentence is positive or negative. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, the first one. Okay, the first one is Sarah is a good girl.
Positive sentence.
positive,
Positive.
positive sentence,
Yes, it is a positive sentence. We are best friends.
Positive.
positive sentence,
Yes, it is also a positive sentence. Now the third one, she is not annoying.
Negative.
negative sentence,
Negative sentence.
Yes, it is a negative sentence. Here the negative word is not. And now the fourth one, I ate an apple.
positive sentence,
Positive sentence.
Yeah, it is a positive sentence. Now the last one, she never tells lie.
negative sentence,
Negative sentence.
Yeah, it is a negative sentence. Here the negative word is never. So now move on. Now let's move on. Interrogative sentences. An interrogative sentence is one that asks a direct question and always ends in a question mark. Here is an example. Do you know me? Here we can see it asks a direct question and ends with a question mark. There are 3 main question types in interrogative sentences. The first one is yes or no question. The second one is question word questions. And the third one is choice question. Before going to that, here are some examples of interrogative sentences. Can you read this? Can you read these examples?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you like my new hairstyle? Can you go along with me? Are you going to the office today? Will you take a picture of us? My car. Isn't your father a blacksmith? Where did you go to college? When is the post office open? Do you like to play table tennis? Have you had your dinner already?
Okay, so these are examples of interrogative sentences. Okay, so these are the 3 main question types in interrogative sentences. Yes or no questions, question word questions, and choice question. First, we are going to talk about the first one, yes or no questions. The answer to this kind of question is yes or no. Yes or no questions are very simple and familiar to you. So here you can see some examples. Do you understand? Do you want a lunch? Are you coming with me? The answer to all these questions are yes or no. Now some more examples. Do you believe in ghosts? Have you ever seen a UFO? Can cats jump 6 times their length? Do you like chocolate milkshakes? Were you in the swamp yesterday? Okay, now we are moving to the next question type, that is question word questions. The answer to this kind of question is some information. Another thing is question words are used in these kind of questions. The first question here is what is your name? My name is Amana Firdos. That is an information about my name. The second one is where are you coming from? I am coming from Chadayamangalam. That is an information about my place. So these are simply question word questions. So I said there will be question words in these type of questions. Can you identify the question words I used here?
What
What
were
and where? Yes, what and where are the question words I used here. Here are some more question words that we use commonly in our daily life: who, where, why, when, how, what, which, whose, whom, what kind. Okay, now here you can see table, question words, their meaning, example sentences. The first one is who, it indicating to a person. Who's that? That's George. Now the second one is where, it's about to a place. Where do you live? In Texas. Why? It's up to reason. Why will I have to clean up? There are guests. When? The meaning is time. When do you wake up every day? I wake up at 6 a.m. How? It's about manner. How will you like your meat? With tomato sauce. What? Object, idea, or action. What is your job? I'm an engineer. Which? It's about choice. Which one was your car? The red one. Whose? Possession. Whose notebook did you borrow? I borrowed Michael's notebook. Whom? Object of the verb. Whom did you see yesterday? I saw your grandfather. Now the last one is what kind, and it's about description. What kind of music do you like? I like classic music. So these are question word questions, and I also show you some question words and their meaning. Now we are moving to the last type of questions, that is choice question. The answer to this kind of question is in the question. That means here you can see two questions. Do you want tea or coffee? The answer will be I want tea or I want coffee. Do you prefer football or badminton? I prefer football. So that means that the answer to this kind of question is already in the question. So these are choice questions. So we discussed about interrogative sentences and the three major question types in these type of sentences. Now let's move on the third type of sentences, that is imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are the sentences that include commands. In other words, the imperative sentences are used to direct a request, instructions, or an order. So here are the types of imperative sentences. The first one is share a wish or request. This type of imperative sentence is to wish someone or to make a polite request. For example, excuse me, please. Now the next one is an invitation. This type of imperative sentence is for inviting someone. For example, please join me for a coffee. The third one is share a command or request. These imperative sentences convey a command or request such as stop playing around and help me. The last one is give instructions. This type of imperative sentence gives a command. For example, take right and go straight. Okay, now here you can see some examples of imperative sentences, and the expressions are given in the bracket. Can you read this using the expressions in the bracket? I will read one for you. What have you done? It shows my anger. Can you read the rest? Okay, nobody is coming forward to read these simple sentences.
I'm
Okay, then. Okay, start.
I lost my purse. Sorrow. I like ice cream. Excitement. Wonderful house you have got. Excitement. What is a beautiful day. Excitement. What is this? Surprise. This is the last time I am warning you. Anger. We are going for a movie tonight. Excitement. Joy. Wish he had been with us. Sorrow. What a
Excitement, surprise, etc. through these kind of sentences. So here you can see also some kinds of imperative sentences. Bring me a cup of coffee. Don't touch my phone. Give me a phone and a computer. Never forget the person who values you. Take your time or you will lose it. Please bring back the book I gave you. Don't text me anymore. Stop doing this to me. So these are imperative sentences. We can convey we can direct a request, instructions, or an order through these types of sentences. Now, the last type of sentences are exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences are the sentence that expresses a strong feelings like happiness, anger, etc. And there is an exclamation mark at the end of these sentences. Here you can see the examples of exclamatory sentences. How beautiful this city is. Sarah, wipe the board. Oh, I missed the service. Don't talk, get out. Please help me now. Ah, okay, now it's beautiful. What a coincidence this is. Wait, that bridge is rotten. I'm so mad at her. God, I'm in heaven. Why don't you listen to my words? Come here, Ella, quick. Stay there. Don't come here. Oh my God, would you stop by here? Like you are a big person. Oh, I was going to be there now. Hey, no smoking in here. So these types of sentences are known as exclamatory sentences, and we use these type of sentences to express a strong feeling like happiness or anger. Okay, so these are the types of sentences. There are 4 types of sentence: declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory sentences. I hope all of you understand these types. Now we are moving to an activity. Here you can see 10 sentences and you want to say which type of sentence is each. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, the first one is, what are you doing here? Which type of sentence is this?
Anger.
No, I ask you which type of sentence is this? That you can see it is a question.
Interrogative.
Yeah, it is an interrogative sentence. Now the second one, please sit down.
Imperative sentence.
Yeah, it is an imperative sentence. As you can see, it is a request. Now the third one, please tell us about the story of the criminal.
Imperative sentence.
Imperative.
Yeah, it is an imperative. It's also a request. Now the fourth one is, are your pens working good?
Interrogative.
Interrogative.
Yeah, it is an interrogative sentence. Now the fifth one, Renu, you should not make mistakes.
Ex-
I will give you a hint. It is an instruction.
Imperative sentence.
Yes, it is an imperative sentence. Now the sixth one, the stars are shining in the sky.
Declarative sentence.
Imperative sentence.
Yes, very good. It is a declarative sentence. Now the seventh one, what a nice dress it is.
Exclamative sentence.
Exclamatory sentence.
Yeah, it is an exclamatory sentence. Now the eighth one, your father is beating your brother.
Declarative.
Declarative sentence.
Sentence.
Yeah, it is declarative. Now the ninth one, children, please come inside the room.
Imperative sentence. Imperative sentence.
Yeah, it is an imperative one. Now the last one, don't shout in the class.
Imperative sentence.
Yes, it is an imperative sentence. Okay, so note the form and function of the above 4 types of sentences. Gradually, we use a declarative sentence to make a statement. We use the interrogative form of the sentence to pose a question. We apply the imperative form to give a command and the exclamative form to make an exclamation. In a sentence, wow, can Yash play violin? We can even ask a question with the declarative form. She is in the team, so it is important to recognize the tone of the sentence and not only look for obvious signs. Okay, to conclude, a sentence is an arrangement of words that follows the grammatical rules of a language to communicate a thought in a complete sense. Any sentence can be broken down into 2 main components, the subject of the sentence and the sentence's predicate. Moreover, a sentence can be further classification into various subcategories by structure or by function. By structure, there are four types. They are simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. By function, there are four types of sentences: declarative, imperative, interrogative, and exclamatory. Okay, remember that the whole purpose of learning about the different sentence types is to add whenever you speak and especially whenever you write, whether it's emails, essays, reports, stories, whatever it is. Pay attention to the sentence types that you use and make sure to choose the best kind of sentence that expresses your message and helps your writing to flow smoothly. Alright, if you like this session, please say a review about it. I am very eager to hear that from you. Deepakarun,
Yeah, Amana, I can do it. Lab 52's first part, but handled by Amana Firdos of GNG Mangalam, and he handled it really well. It was a really good session, it was really fun, and it was really exciting and informative. I really liked it. You managed to teach me some really new things, but I really appreciate that, and I hope you guys also managed to learn something new from our session because it was fantastic. It was really good. Really enjoyed it. Amana, you did it really well. Thank you for such a marvelous session, Amana.
thank you, Deepak. Any other?
I'm Garginanda from Government Higher Secondary School, Devanu. The class by Amana was really amazing. It's about sentence and its classifications. It was really wonderful, and I learned more facts about English grammar from this class. Thank you, Amana.
Thank you, Gargi. Any other? Okay, thank you, Nafa and Harija teacher.
Amana, you did a wonderful work. Keep going. See, all the best for you. Very good.
Thank you.
I have no words to explain. Okay, good. Keep going.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, thank you all. Thanks to all the participants who made this session wonderful.
All the best.
Ah, yes,
Amana,
yes, teacher.
all the best. I'm your teacher, Mr. Teacher, and really proud of you.
Thank you, teacher. Okay, thank you all. Thank you for your support and encouragement. Thank you.
That was really a flamboyant bout. Thank you, Amana. You've helped us to fathom the vast cards of English grammar. Our next confab of the day is Fun with English, and I'm very sure that everyone would be at the top notch to have a best ride through quizzes and games. I courteously welcome Garginanda of GHSS Tevanur to take up the usher.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Hello, friends. I'm Gargi from GHSS Devanu. I'm very happy to be here. First of all, I thank to EGA English Graduates Association for giving me an opportunity. They are doing such a wonderful activity by creating these lab programs for enriching the language competency among children. Without wasting any time, let's get started. Today, we are going to play some games and to do some activities. So first of all, we are moving to a game which help you to learn more facts in English. Wait, I'm going to share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Is it visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, the name of this activity is New Facts. So can we start?
Yes. Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yep.
So here's the first question. Can you say something about your family? This is a common question asked in schools, interviews, and so on. Some of you might answer to this question like this: my family consists of my father, mother, and brother. Do you answer to this question like this?
Yes.
Is this right or wrong?
I don't know.
Okay. Anybody else? If you don't know, you can also say that.
I don't know.
Fine. This is a wrong answer to this question. If you want to say something about your family, especially blood relation, we don't use consist of instead of. this, we can say, I live with my father, mother, and brother. So can we move to the next one?
Yes.
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 Fine. So the next one is this. Can you read this?
Room number
Yes.
309.
309. Okay, anybody else?
Room number 309.
309. Okay.
Room number 309.
Room number
Room
309. Okay.
room number 309.
Okay. So who said room number 309?
Dia Parveen.
Okay, that's correct. Why you said room number 309? Dia?
Because it's correct sentence I know.
Okay. So room number 309, 309, 309, all are correct. But in the case of room numbers, the accurate correct one is 309. 309. Okay. So let's move to the next one. That is gender neutral words. So gender neutral is a topic which has recent importance. Some words in English also become gender neutral now. So first one is actor. In early time, the word actor refers to male performer on stage, television, or film, and actress refer to the female performer on stage, television, or film. But now, the word actor refers both female and male performer on stage. So the next is mankind become humankind and chairman changed to chairperson. The next one is batsman in cricket become batter. So batsman in cricket become batter. So use these gender neutral words in your daily conversation, okay? So the next one is Indianisms in English. So basically, Indianisms are incorrect usages of English that are generally accepted and widely used in India. I hope it's clear. Do you have any doubts about Indianism?
No.
No doubt.
So, first Indianism is this out of station. So, when you are not in an accurate place but you want to submit an assignment, you just call your friend and say, I'm out of station. Can you submit my assignment? But that's an Indianism. Do you know the correct word or the correct word for this? Out of town. Out of town is the correct phrase for this. So the next one is most common responses to thank you. I'm not talking about you're welcome, that's correct. I'm talking about mention not or no mention. So both of these are correct. Wrong. Instead of this, you can say don't mention it or please don't mention it. So use this accurate, correct answers to this question. The next is a sentence. Can you spell the mistake here?
Yes.
What is the mistake?
Fired.
Fired. Why it's a mistake? Do you know why it's a mistake, Anusri? I hope it may be some connectivity issues. So all of us know the meaning of the word fire. But the meaning of the verb fired is to terminate someone from a job. So here he say that the boss become very angry because he made a mistake in his presentation. But here he used fired as a mistake. It's an Indianism. You want to use any other phrases which have accurate meaning. Okay? Can you spell the mistake here? Anybody?
Passed out from.
Passed out is the
Passed
mistake.
out.
Yes, passed out, the phrasal verb passed out is the mistake. Because passed out means to become unconscious, typically after consuming too much of alcohol. So we can reconstruct the sentence as I graduated from Government Engineering College, Thrissur in 2015. So let's move to the next one. This is a common question. So when you want to know someone's name, you can ask, "What's your name? May I ask your name?" Or you can also say, "Could you tell me your name?" All of these are correct. But um you say, when you ask, "What's your good name?" That's wrong. And then the next one is how to answer to this question. You can say, "I'm Lena. My name is Lena." And you can also say, "The name is Lena." If you're a fan of Ruskin Bond, you can say, "The name is Lena." But when you say, "Myself Lena," that's a mistake. So don't say, "Myself Lena" or "What's your good name" in your daily conversation. "What's your good name" is the literal translation of the Hindi question, "Aapka shubh naam kya hai?" which is a polite way to ask someone's name in Hindi. So here's the next one. My cousin sister is here for a sleepover. So anybody know the mistake in this statement?
Cousin sister.
Cousin sister is the mistake. You're right. Cousin means the son or daughter of one's uncle or aunt. So we don't want to use an extra sister here. The next is here. Do you know what is the mistake here?
Updation.
Updation.
Updation. Very good. Updation is the mistake in this statement. So updation, the word updation doesn't exist in standard English. We Indians made this word for our convenience. So instead of this, we can say, "I have done an update on my software or on the software." So use the word update instead of updation. So here we go. Now let's move to another activity. So this is an instructor-based online quiz conducted through quizzes. So this is a quiz time. Are you ready for the quiz?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, let's check how to attend a quiz through quizzes. So I will share a link on your chat box. Click on that link and you will be in a screen like this. You can see the screen here and type your name there. And then you want to click the start game button. Then you will be in another screen. Wait there till I start the quiz. There will be 15 questions. When I start the quiz, you can see the questions like this. All questions in this quiz is related to English. There will be 30 seconds for multiple choice questions and 45 seconds for fill in the blanks questions. After all question, I will show the leaderboard. Do you have any doubts regarding this? You can ask. Do you have any doubts?
No.
No. Okay. Are you ready to attend the quiz?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share my link. Okay. You want to click on that link. Okay, I have shared the link on the chat box. Can you please join? Okay. Nandana R. Krishnan, Deepak, Neeraja Krishna are joined. 4 people have joined. Now 7 have joined. 10 have joined. There are 46 people in this lab. Everybody want to join, okay? 14 have joined. Only 14 have joined. There are 46 people. Okay, now it's 15. If anybody have any doubts, you can ask. Now have joined. 20 people have joined. 20 people. Okay, 21. Fadil joined.
Gargi, I can't join because I have some connectivity issues.
Okay, Amana, I thought you can see the screen, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Only 21.
I can
What? Pardon?
I can join.
Okay, fine. The people who can't join, please inform me, okay? 22. So the people who can't join, please try to click on that link and type your name and click the start game button, okay? Just try. Maybe it is due to some connectivity issues. That's all right. 25 have joined. So I will wait for some more time and after that I will start the quiz. Okay, 26 have joined. I'm going to start the quiz. If anybody want to join or anybody is trying to join, okay, fine. I'm going to start. Okay. Here we go. Here's the first question. 30 seconds. 7, 8, 10 have already answered. 14, 16. 21. 9 seconds left. Okay. Time up. Now let's check who is on the top. Neeraja Krishna is on the top now. So let's move to the next question. Here's the second question. Five seconds left. Time up. So let's check who is on the top now. Now Sandra is on the top. So let's move to the next question. Five seconds left. Time's up. Now you can see Sandra is still on the top. So let's go to the next question. This is a fill in the blanks question. You want to type the answer, okay? "13" have answered. Okay. "22" have answered. 10 seconds left. Time's up. Still, Sandra is on the top with 2,790 marks. Here we go with the next question. This is the fifth question. Time out. So let's check the leaderboard. Still, Sandra is on the top. Everybody, please try to find your answer fastly. Very fast. "25" have answered. 3 seconds left. Okay. Still, Sandra is on the top. Gauri is the next one. Time up. After 7 questions, now let's take who's on the top. Sandra is on the top again. Time up. Sandra is leading with 6,270 points. So here is the 9th question. Time is over. Now Sandra is leading. 5 seconds left. 24 have answered. Time up. Sandra is on the top. So here is the 12th question. There are 15 questions. Two seconds left. Time up. So let's check the leaderboard. Sandra is on the top. Two seconds left. Time up. Okay. Sandra is on the top now. So we are moving to the second last question, the 14th question in this quiz.
Hello, Barrio.
3 seconds left. 2, 1, 0. Time up.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, let's move to the next question. This is the last question in this quiz. So we are near to find the winner of this quiz. Time up. Let's see who is the winner. So wait. So first one is Sandra, second one is Gauri, and third is Adarsh AS. Congrats to all winners. So everybody, please come back to Google Meet, okay? So when you come back, please come back to Google Meet. Congratulations to everybody who participated in this quiz. Did everybody have come back? Can we go to the next activity?
Yeah, sure, Gagi.
Yes.
Okay. So, the name of this activity is It's Time to Speak. So, friends, this is the time to speak. Are you ready to speak?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Amana is ready to speak. Deepak is also ready to speak. Then, so let's start. There's some instruction. There will be some mystery boxes. There will be some topics in each mystery box. You want to talk about that topic for 1 minute. So let's start. Here is the first mystery box. Who's ready to open the first mystery box? Who's ready? If you don't come forward, I will call your name. Deepak, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
So I'm going to open the first mystery box. Here we go. Gender neutral. So gender neutral is a topic which have recent importance. So you want to talk about gender neutral for 1 minute. Now you can start.
Okay, so gender neutrality. Yeah. So dividing a society in many we divide naturally we divided the society in many ways, including genders, religion, and caste stuff. Right now, gender still does persist in many forms. Sometimes women will gain the upper hand. Sometimes the men will gain upper hand. No, there's a lot of things that play a role in determining the inequality. Like, for example, it's not. Sometimes we'll see a chart depicting men working more hours than women. It's just because of how they, do it. But sometimes it's because sometimes I mean it doesn't exist right now that much, but sometimes either men or women are given more importance and thus causing inequality in society. I think so. I think it'll be better to just look for the skills and the ability from the people, and then get them in. You
Okay,
wouldn't under-
Deepak, time is up.
Yeah.
That's very amazing.
I kind of ruined it, I think.
Okay, so let's move to the next one. Who is ready to open the second mystery box? Everybody want to be very active, okay? Anushree? Amana?
Yes.
Okay, so Amana, are you ready to open the second mystery
Yeah.
box?
Yes.
Okay, so let's open. Women empowerment, an amazing topic, is here for Amana Firdos. So you can start.
Okay, women empowerment is an important thing that we needed in our society, that all the women will treated equally as the men's do. And as a woman myself, um, we also want the rights to do things like men, and that's the equality that we want in our society. And women can also lead, women also need respect, and women also need can change the world. So women also have strength as like the men's have. So it is very important the thing women empowerment. uh okay, so that's all about.
That's very amazing. So Congratulations, Amana. So let's move to the next one. Dia, are you ready to open the third mystery box? Dia? Dia?
Yes,
Okay. So, are you ready?
yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So, let's open. There's a picture in the third mystery box. You want to talk about this picture for 1 minute. If you have any doubts, you can ask.
Okay. Um, a teacher is teaching, and uh, about a tree.
Yes, you can talk. Continue.
Many people and I think their students are listening to him. Um, and I think they are all are writing.
Okay.
Some are writing and some are listening.
Amanda, what is the theme of this picture? Sorry, Dia.
The theme of the picture, I think it is to give education to everyone, along with poor people, rich, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Dia. So let's move to the next mystery box. Gauri, are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to open this mystery box. Conservation of nature is the topic here. You want to talk about that topic? Let's
Yeah,
start.
thank you, Gargi. I think that is actually one of the most hotly debated topic in the current world. And we were able to see the same theme on the picture that you just showed previously before, right? Actually, I wanted to speak on that topic because what we saw there was that people were sitting on trees. Actually, they had cut the trees, I don't think, and they were giving a concept on preserving nature. So that is a kind of irony that is happening in today's world, because we humans cut all those trees, and in the process papers we write save trees. So that is one of the biggest blunders that we do. And conservation of nature is a very important thing that everybody, especially the youth like us or the teenagers like us, should focus to. Because we have a lot of problems that is being addressed in today's world, something like global warming, air pollution. We have different kinds of pollutions. So as a global citizen, it is our duty to conserve nature. And we can adopt different kinds of methods. Most probably everybody would have heard about the sustainable development, where where we can have development by preserving the resources for the future generations. So when people adopt such kinds of strategies, I think our earth would be a beautiful place to live in, because now I don't think so. Maybe if the condition is going at such a stake, most probably due to global warming, we'd be having the oceans rise up and all the localities would be getting submerged. And even after the years, as how we had mentioned previously in that picture message, most probably everybody would have to wear those oxygenized mask. So it is our duty to conserve nature. So I think everybody should do that. Thank you.
That's very amazing, Gauri. I congratulate you.
Thank you.
So let's go to the next mystery box. So, Neeraja Krishna. Neeraja Krishna, are you ready? Neeraja Krishna, are you ready to open this mystery box? Then, Akshida. Everybody's lefting. Archana, are you ready to open? Lilia, anybody in this class? Okay, fine. I thought they're not ready. Anybody in this class is ready to open this mystery box? Fine. So let's move on to the next activity. Everybody want to actively participate, okay? So this is the next activity. The name of this activity is Find the Book. There will be a cover page and a short review about a book, and you want to find the name of that book. Everybody want to come forward, okay? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.